fresh meat.
Whoa, what are you doing? Come on, he's just a kid.
You must have met my son. He calls everyone fresh meat. Thanks for not shooting him.
When I first reviewed High on Life on Switch 1, I called it a competent, foul-mouthed shooter that brought surprising personality to Nintendo's family-friendly platform. At just over $50, it was easier to recommend than most new releases, even if it did have some visual compromises. The game's short but packed campaign, oddball humour, and included High on Knife DLC made it a solid package, though I did note at the end of my review it might have been better served waiting for a next generation of hardware for this particular title. Fast forward to now, and Squanch Games have delivered exactly that. In the middle of developing High on Life 2, they've surprise dropped a free Switch 2 upgrade that improves visuals, boosts performance, and even now adds new control options. It's the kind of update I didn't really expect, and it's enough to alter the overall score, so hence why we're revisiting it today. I also want to say kudos to Squanch for supporting existing players while building towards their sequel. What's it like? Grab your favourite Gatlian, suit up, and don't forget Knifey, as we review High on Life for Nintendo Switch 2.
Oh shit, look, it's Mr. Pilfrey. He's got that, what's it called? Dementia.
The premise of High on Life is delightfully absurd. Aliens invade Earth and discover that humans make the perfect narcotic. You play as an ordinary protagonist who stumbles into the role of bounty hunter, tasked with taking down cartel leaders and saving humanity. Beneath the constant absurdity, there is a thread of genuine intrigue, and the script leans heavily on surreal, self-aware humour.
Oh, you look great, kid. Natural.
The talking guns are the star attraction, each with their own personality, voice, and style of banter that follows you through every counter. At their best, they deliver sharp, unexpected lines that feel perfectly timed. But at their weakest, the dialogue can fall back on an endless stream of swearing that really just loses impact after a while. Thankfully, there is an option in the settings to control how chatty they are, which helps balance out the comedy with the action. The action itself is more solid than you might expect. On the surface, it's a familiar first-person shooter, but creative weapon abilities and movement options give it a distinct flavour. Alternate fire modes keep encounters varied, while your knife doubles as both a weapon and a traversal tool, letting you whip to ledges or swing past incoming attacks. Boss battles also stand out as highlights, with each one introducing new mechanics that force you to rethink your strategy. There are stretches where the game slows down for exploration or exposition, which can interrupt the pace, but when the action flows, it delivers a surprisingly tight combat loop. And now, this is a part you've probably been waiting for. How well does this upgrade work? Well, the most striking upgrade comes in the visuals. Character models now carry far more detail, from sharper facial features to cleaner animations that better sell the game's offbeat humour. Environments benefit too, with higher resolution textures and improved visual effects that give alien worlds more depth and colour. What once looked soft and washed out on Switch 1 now feels sharper and more defined, which makes a big difference in a game that leans so heavily on visual gags and environmental storytelling. Performance targets 30 frames a second across both handheld and dock play. It's not flawless though, and the handheld mode tends to dip a little bit more often, but the overall experience is still a huge leap forward compared to the Switch 1 release. Docked play is certainly the most stable, reaching up to 1080p with noticeably cleaner image quality that pairs nicely with the upgraded textures. On top of that, you have Joy-Con 2 support that introduces mouse-style aiming, and it takes a moment to adjust, but once you do it does add a welcome layer of precision that pairs well with the game's fast gunplay. The loading barriers are also now removed in the Switch 2 version. For example, the sewer doors when heading into the slums is now a seamless transition instead of waiting by a door until it opens. If you do want to see the full technical breakdown in action, be sure to check out my full performance video on this channel, where we put both versions side by side.
So this is Blim City. Not bad, huh? I don't know how we're gonna find Gene though. Let's just ask around. There's all kinds of aliens out here. Let's just ask. He is famous.
For my bounty hunters looking into accessibility, I'm pleased to report that there are a myriad of options to accommodate players. There are plenty of thoughtful additions like auto-firing, aim assist, speaking indicators, subtitles, UI and text sizing options, legible text options, and camera motion and color correction. It's so great to see these sort of options on a release like this, and kudos to Squanch Games for adding them. At the time of writing, bizarrely, the Switch 2 upgrade is only available in North America. Here in Australia, I had to jump through a few hoops to access it, but I expect that rollout will widen soon, so if you're watching this review and it's still not out, hang tight. The upgrade itself is completely free for existing owners, and that alone makes Squanch Games the MVPs here. This isn't a bare-bone patch either. Between the massive visual overhaul, improved performance, and added features like Joy-Con 2 mouse support, it feels closer to a remaster than a simple upgrade. For those who don't already own the game, High on Life can now be purchased directly as a Switch 2 release. And while I'm still waiting on the official pricing for the local storefront, the North American version is listed at the same price as the original Switch 1 release. And that makes it one of the more affordable Switch 2 games currently available, and the added polish does make it easier to recommend today than when it first arrived. Considering the 8-hour campaign, side content, and the High on Life DLC included, it offers a strong amount of content for the price point. While the offbeat humour can still be grating at times, I enjoyed High on Life much more on my second run. When the jokes land, they really land, and when they don't, they tend to really drone on. The difference this time is that the stronger visuals, smoother performance, and added control options make it easier to focus on what the game does best. The gunplay is consistently fun, the puzzles are clever without being punishing, and the free upgrade makes it hard to beat on the value front. With the included High on Life DLC, you're getting a sizable, entertaining package at a price that undercuts most new releases. High on Life for Nintendo Switch 2 is a fantastic shooter, and this upgrade finally delivers the version the game deserves on Nintendo's new hardware. So, what's it like? High on Life is like Rick and Morty, mixed with a first-person shooter. The score has now been upgraded from a 68 from the Switch 1 version to an 82 on the Nintendo Switch 2. Thanks so much for watching my video. If you liked it, the best way you can support What's It Like is by liking, subscribing, and sharing it with your friends. For more reviews, click on the thumbnails to the right, and for everything Nintendo, check out what'sitlike.com.au.